Real estate cold calling. Some people love it, some people hate it. The only question that you care about is, does it still work and is it still effective to get listings in 2020 and beyond? So I'm gonna go to my office, I'm gonna break it all down for you. I'm gonna give you the pros, the cons, and at the end of this video, I'm gonna give you my best strategies to get listings moving forward in 2020. Let's go. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, consider subscribing, hanging out. I make 2 to 3 videos every single week that will help you explode your real estate agent business. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. It really helps me to grow the channel and to help me provide you more value. And at the end of this video, put in the comment section below, let me know what your thoughts are, what questions you have, and most importantly, whatever you're having troubles with in your real estate business, put it in the comment section below and I will do my very best to make a video like this, but I respond to all the comments personally. So let's jump into today's video. We're talking about cold calling. There's so much debate. Does it work? Does it not work? Is it good? Is it bad? Well, let's get into the facts. We have to start this conversation off with something that happens in the wild every single day, and that is natural selection. You see, what happens in the wild, this is a very poorly written diagram of a lion, a river, and antelope on the other side of the river. And here's what happens. So as the lion is looking for dinner, looking for its prey, the antelope, as they're crossing the river, the lion doesn't make a move. The lion's just sitting back, being patient and watching. And what the lion is looking for in this process of natural selection, he's looking for the one prey to cross the river that's the slowest, that's having the most difficult time. And I know it's sad, but this is what the lion's watching for. He's just sitting back, waiting, being patient, and allowing this process of natural selection to occur. He's just watching to see, okay, which of this herd is going to be the easiest prey to get? Rather than this lion trying to get all of this prey at the same time, it'd be nearly impossible. No, the lion sits back and he's patient and he's waiting to see which one of the prey is the easiest one to get. So he spends his time and his energy on the thing that's going to give him the biggest return on that energy. And so this is called natural selection. So let me explain to you how this works in real estate. Okay, so check out how this works in real estate. So we take the same process of natural selection. Here's my real estate agent. This is a bunch of different neighborhoods with homes. And as this agent at their office saying, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start cold calling, looking for listings. So this agent, you can call it cold calling, circle prospecting, whatever you wanna call it. This agent does not know which one of these homeowners may have a need to sell. And so what a lot of trainers and coaches are recommending that you do is go call all of them. Just go call every single one of them and find out which one of them are going to want to sell. And there's nothing wrong with that. But let me recommend this. Wouldn't it make a lot more sense that as you're prospecting, as you're looking for listings, wouldn't it make more sense to spend the same time and the same energy communicating with the ones who you knew with absolute certainty wanted to sell? Just like the lion, when he's looking for prey and he's waiting to see which one's the easiest for him to eat, wouldn't it make more sense for you to do the same thing when you prospect for listings? Well, what if you knew that this house and this house and this house and these all had their hands up wanting to sell their property? And instead of calling all of these to see, okay, which ones want to sell, chasing everything, I'm just gonna call the ones who I know with absolute precision that they want to sell. Well, let's look and see what makes the most sense and how do you know this, right? How do you know which of these want to sell? I'm going to talk about that in just a second. So let me erase this and show you something. So let's look at a real estate agent who's going to spend, let's just say, 2 hours, okay? 2 hours of prospecting. If they're going to circle prospect, if they're going to circle prospect or cold call, we'll just say cold call, they may only have the opportunity, because it's hard to get people to pick up the phone. If you've ever cold called or circle prospected before, you know it's very difficult when you're just calling random neighborhoods to get people to pick up the phone. So typically with a 2-hour prospecting session, what I teach my students is you should get 10 contacts for every 1 hour. Well, with cold calling, it's about half. With circle prospecting, it's about half. So with 2 hours of prospecting, you might only have 10 conversations with 10 people. Well, here's the other thing. With these 10 people or with cold calling, it may take you 100 conversations, which is what we find in the industry as far as average, 100 conversations with circle prospecting or cold calling to find one person looking to sell. Well, that's fine and dandy, but what if there's a better way? And see, the only thing to consider when cold calling or prospecting, circle prospecting, this works if and only if you're in a market of all absentee owners or vacation properties. This is where you see those agents on the coastlines or on the beach properties. When they circle prospect, every single one of these conversations is with an absentee owner or an out-of-town owner, so their time spent doing this yields them great results. Why? Because those people that they're contacting already have a need to sell, and that's the difference. So let me explain what I'm talking about. So if we take this agent and they spend the same 2 hours, prospecting, okay? And they start calling FSBOs, expired listings, for rent by owners, absentee owners, right? They start calling people that are going through a divorce. They start calling people who are pre-foreclosures. So pre-foreclosures. What if you spent the same 2 hours every single day calling and communicating with people who already have their hand up, that already have communicated to the world that we have a need to sell, right? Well, what does that look like? Well, for the same 2 hours, this should yield you 20 conversations. Why? Because there's already a need. The process of natural selection has already occurred, right? So you spend your time, the same 2 hours of prospecting, now you get 20 conversations, twice the amount of opportunity. And what we see calling these lead sources, once you work on your skill set, you'll be able to set one listing appointment for every 20 to 30 conversations you have versus the 100 conversation it takes you cold calling and circle prospecting. And so this is a massive difference. We only have a finite amount of energy, time. And so you need to figure out, okay, where am I gonna focus that time? Where am I gonna use that energy? Where's it best spent to get the best return for me, my business, and my family? And the problem with cold calling is you are going after everything, which puts you in a position to spend a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy on people that we don't know if they're going to sell or not. And so we can use natural selection to figure out, are there people in the community, in the marketplace that already have their hands up, where I don't have to guess. I already know these people have a need to sell. The answer in real estate is yes. That's the magic. And so if you haven't started calling these lead sources, like I told you at the beginning of this video, my best recommendation, my best tips and strategies to go after these lead sources. Number one, I'll put a link below this video where you can get my full script book on how to communicate with all of these different lead sources. And the strategy that I teach all of my students is a communication system that I call reverse selling. It allows you to communicate with these people in such a way where it's low pressure, high value, which causes the prospect to want to meet with you face to face, which is the key, so that you can establish the relationship, provide value, and put something in front of that seller to make them think, okay, this might make sense to hire this person. And so if you want to learn how to go after these lead sources, I'll put another link below this video that will give you information about my coaching and training systems that now 250 other agents across the country are now in the program. Go ahead and click the link and I'll jump on a quick call with you. I'll walk you through exactly what it is that I teach, and then you can decide what makes the most sense. But the whole point is this: we all have the same amount of time, energy. We have to ask ourselves, if we're going to go out and become a strong listing agent, where am I going to spend that time? Where am I going to spend that energy? Where am I going to focus my skill set? And you have to ask yourself this every day. Am I going to try to go after every single homeowner, or am I going to narrow my focus, get laser beam focus on the people who I already know want to sell? And that's my argument with cold calling versus direct prospecting to people already wanting to sell. So I'll leave you with this. Does cold calling work? Sure, it works. You just have to spend, a lot more time, effort, and energy getting the same results as you would if you narrowed your focus and got more specific with the sources of business you go after. So hopefully that video has made sense. Like I said before, if you have questions or if you have anything that you want to learn about these lead sources, put a comment below this video. I'll make a video going deep on my tactics and strategies, showing you how to get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 listings a month going after these lead sources. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.